I was checking out the latest presentation there of the 2 year study that Leroy Hulsey was making the presentation on, where were looking at the rebuild of Building 7 and really trying to determine how it came down, or ultimately did it come down via fire. Can you touch on some of the conclusions presented there in terms of the key things that were learned?
Well, this is a 2 year, $300,000 study by the University of Alaska, whose Professor Hulsey is chair of the civil engineering department there, one of the top forensic structural engineers in the country, and he's already determined before the finishing reports come out this fall that the building could not have come down by fire. He's very clear on that. They ran the numbers and the computer modeling 6 ways from Sunday, using all of the false and fraudulent, incorrect assumptions that NIST used in the computer model that they were tasked to do, and the building still didn't collapse. The local failure at column 79, and he's quite adamant. In fact, almost last year in New York, he was deposed before 12 attorneys, and he basically, they said, Danny Sheehan, one of the top attorneys in the country, said, on a scale of 1 to 100, what's the chance this building came down by fire? He says 0.
To date, has there been another building that has fallen from fires as claimed by NIST when talking about World Trade Center 7?
No, fire alone has never brought down a skyscraper. I mean, it takes explosives. So we don't have a precedent that would have even given NIST a hypothesis, a valid hypothesis to examine fires. But okay, but they excluded the most obvious hypothesis, that being controlled demolition. I mean, look at the evidence. Structural steel sections weighing 4 tons are hurled out of the side of each of the towers at 60 to 80 miles an hour, landing 600 feet in every direction.
Would you say the only logical explanation for the fall of Building 7 is a controlled demolition?
Yeah, it's very clear. I mean, people see it intuitively. The evidence is there to support the pre-shaped cutter charges with incendiaries. These are, by the way, patented.
How do you respond to people that say it's insensitive to question the official story due to the, as often mentioned, the disrespect to the families of the victims?
Well, if the families of the victims, by the way, many of them are advocates for truth, such as Bob McIlvaine, who is sponsoring the Bobby McIlvaine Act, that is legislation heading to Congress in order to force a new investigation, which will, the truth only helps the victims. Whether it hurts or not, that's okay that it hurts. The truth hurts sometimes. And people who want to live in a lie can continue to do so and not listen to the truth and not listen to the evidence held up by 2,900 architects and engineers and millions of others around the world who are declaring that, hey, our country has been hijacked. Certainly our geopolitical strategy and foreign policy has been hijacked by this event. And I guess I'm not too concerned about how many people get hurt in the process of waking up. That's really important. I mean, we have to wake up